Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of X4 the Terran Campaign, and today we're going to be talking about what we left after the stream and what our plans are going forward. There's a few things that I've been thinking about that I think I'm going to be changing in this series. Now, the main one is we've got a right bottleneck at the moment when it comes to resources. So there's a couple of theories behind this, and we'll get into what we've got left over from the stream in a second, but let's talk about first how we're going to resolve our major issue, which is currently stopping us build ships. Now, one of the things you may notice is I've actually cancelled the Asgard builds and started building Sins. We're going to be building a lot more large ships to kind of complement the Asgards we've already got. I think we've got enough Asgards in now. We've got 4 here, and we've got a few in the other fleet as well, the main fleet there. So let's talk about getting some more of the larger ships in there to sort them out. Now, as you can see, there are some that are being built, which is nice, but the level of which we're getting these at is not the level that I'm comfortable with right now. So I want to address that. So the first thing I've done is you'll notice there are some new factories appearing. Saturn, the Orc Cloud, Mercury, and I think I've got another one, yet the Gaian Prophecy, and Getsafuni as well. So they are actually a complete replica of the Neptune trading facility. That's my theory number one. Building these Neptune trading facilities, if you remember what these are basically just storage houses. That's basically what they are. There's nothing majorly special about them. I'm not sure whether or not we're getting a good run for our money with this, because it does seem to be gathering resources, but I don't see much in the way of selling, and it does seem to be getting quite a bit of helium. When I say quite a bit, in terms of actually having some, rather than our actual stations not having any. Now, don't forget, gas is actually one of the resources we're not quite worried about. It's the ore and silicon, mainly. So, that's theory number one. And I'm going to test that by placing them in relatively similar sector distances, about 2 sectors for each one. There are a couple that are a bit closer, and obviously now we've got Getsafuni that is theoretically a little bit more pacified. I've got one in there as well, and that's right in the middle there as well, which is nice. So fingers crossed that'll do. The second one is I've actually copied, that's the Saturn one. I've actually copied the silicon carbide factory here. Silicon carbide's one of the 2 resources we're really struggling with. I've done a complete replica. It's not pretty, it's not exciting, but if this operates better than our original one, then I'm going to rethink my entire design of resources. Having one major factory doing all of the work may not actually be working. Now, I've never done it where I've worked off one factory. I usually build a lot of smaller factories about, and I still get similar issues when it comes to trying to build so many large ships. I was hoping having one big one might alleviate some of the problem where everything's going to the one place, it's doing all the work, and we're not stealing from one factory to feed another factory per se. However, I'm not sure how that's going to pan out long term. Bear in mind, once we start pushing it out, we're going to have a lot more space and a lot more resource accessibility from places that the rest of the Terrans would struggle to get. We may consider still expanding production into them facilities and into them sectors. That's what I'm thinking. So that's the plan behind what I've got organized here. And as I say, this is only going to be a smaller episode, so it's not too much. You can see we're still in combat here. So let's talk about what we've got left over from the previous stream. We left with my 4 new Asgards that I had move up, actually attacking the equipment dock. You can see the equipment dock is almost completely destroyed. This had a swarm of defenses appearing. I've managed to obviously break down the defenses with the 4 Asgards. They were constantly under attack, so it's nice to see that they haven't taken any damage whatsoever. I sent my main fleet to get repaired. Now, I actually only repaired the main capital ship. The rest of them were not too bad, so I just left them be for now. So they've now returned, and they're now holding at the Void Defense platform there. Now, we've got to be careful because they are trying to build Argon defense platforms. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push out my fleet to try and take care of the defense platform they're building. Now, they're going to continue to keep trying to do that because they want to naturally return back to the presence of what they had. This is like this balance. So the more you push, this is what I was talking about earlier, the more you push, the more they push back to try and equalize their balance. So we have to be very, very careful. Now, somebody said, you know, you got a lot of Asgards there. That's a bit of overkill. The reason why I've got so many Asgards is because I'm planning on them trying to push back. And I want to have fleets available that I'm not having to replace every time they get damaged. So if I lose a couple of Asgards, which, you know, it's scary because they're Asgards, but we've seen how they can go down from the stream when I sent one in on its own. You know, they're not infallible. So if I've got 4 of them in the fleet, there's 3 more to back it up. Not only that, if I lose one, there's still 3 to continue pushing, and I don't have to wait for all these to be built. That being said, I definitely can't wait for these to get built, and we can start pushing a little bit more. I'm concerned that if we keep pushing and we don't have any kind of support from more fleet, we are going to run out. We're just going to have the capital ships, and the capital ships are great, but they do take quite a while, as you can see here, to take out the equipment dock. But you can see we are continually attacking them, which is nice. I'm actually sat on the one that's nearby, but they're just so slow, and especially when you get the AI to do the job for you, they take a long time to attack. But as you can see, they are slowly but surely taking care of that, which isn't a problem. I'm not too worried about pushing this too much because they'll just continue to just keep taking out factories. Oh, most of that factory's just disappeared. Have they actually technically destroyed it? Nope, that's still classed as operational. It looks like they're trying to rebuild it, which wasn't successful with them. So yeah, it looks like they're trying to rebuild it, which is what's taking so long. But it used to be quite a large equipment dock. There's now just this little section here left. Now, once they push into that and destroy that, that's good for us. We've obviously still got the fleet, the shipyard there to take care of. My main concern is that they are still pushing in this sector here. I don't know how much this is built. Doesn't look like it's built that much. Go ahead and jump to we'll jump to this one here. Let's see what we've got facing us at this defense platform. See how much they've managed to build. Oh, we've got a little bit of an autosave, so be right back. And welcome back. We are now autosaved and all done. Right, let's have a look at what we've got facing us. Okay, so it looks like it's just the administration dock and no defense platforms. Just the administration facility and the dock. Oh, no, there is a couple of defense platforms there. Shouldn't be a problem for our fleet. We should take that out. Oh, there you go. Look at that. See, explosion galore already. So, as I say, this is only going to be a short episode. I don't want to take up too much time on things that really are not worth taking the time up for. What I will try and do, I think, next is I will probably build another defense platform here to stop the builders coming in, because their builders are a bit slower, so we can take them out as they come in. We want to stop them getting a foothold in the void, because if they get a foothold here, they will push us, and we will struggle to stop a full-on assault. Now, bear in mind, the anti-gun aren't all here. They are here as well. And some of the stuff will be around these areas here. So we could still have a large fleet come and push us. So we've got to keep an eye on that. We've got nav beacons everywhere. I'm not sure what they are. They were from that mission, weren't they? Yeah. So we've got to keep an eye on that. We've also still got missions that we want to complete as well. We do have the Terran versus Xenon mission, which we'll probably do at some stage. We've got further in the Terran agenda. So there's still stuff that we want to do. But right now, I'm comfortable with how much we pushed. Again, just a quick recap. We've got all these stations here being built. We've still got the fleet that's still being built as well. Looks like another Osaka's gone, so we'll put the Osaka over to here. So right click, and it should be protected till further notice. So it'll just stay there and protect until we move it on. So it stays on our unassigned ships list, so we know where it is. The small fighters are actually assigned to it. So yeah, so as I say, nice and short episode, just to explain why it may take a couple of weeks until this starts going back into full swing. There's a lot of tedious things that I can't just leave and let run, because if we do, then we will be wiped out. So it's going to take me a little bit of time just to get things away from the tediousness. We've got to wait until our ships start getting constructed, start pushing again, and then I will continue to bring that to yourselves. So for a couple of weeks, we may be looking at just one episode a week, and then we'll be moving on to 3 episodes a week. But until that point, let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see more of the map style thing? You know, where I'm planning things on a larger scale. Do you want to see our HQ being, like expanded? Do you want to see me pushing from the Grand Exchange as well? Who's our next target? You know, if you want to leave any comments like that, please do so, and I will make sure they get a little bit of a shout out during the episodes with whoever's recommended stuff. But yeah, so for our next target, obviously, will be the Argon Shipyard, which is going to be a heavy target to hit. And I think that covers just about everything for this week. Again, as I've said, if there's anything you'd like to see, anything that I've not covered, maybe you want to see some more of the station building, you want to see some designs done. You know, have you got a design that you'd like to see on the series? If you've got a design, remember you can import, export. So fire away, and I will get them included again with a little bit of a shout out. Let me know though where you want it placing and stuff like that. Drop a message in the comment section, and I'll get to you about stuff like that. But until next time, everybody, take care for now, and I shall see you all on the next episode. Bye bye for now.